Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Brandon here for RC Nightmare. Today we're doing a video on the Losi 5IVE. This is going to apply to a lot of your fifth scale gassers, anything that's gasoline powered. Some of it will apply to nitros, but specifically gasoline unleaded powered vehicles. We're talking about maintenance. Now, in the manual that comes with the Losi 5IVE, they're going to run you through the basic maintenance schedule. There's things you should look at every 1 to 2 tanks, things you should look at every 6 tanks, and every 12 tanks. Now, take that with a big grain of salt and a dose of common sense, because as you're running this, there's things you're going to have to maintain regardless. You don't want to wait until you get to 6 tanks or wait till you hit 12, but it's a good guideline to follow. So this video, we're going to go through the 1 to 2 tank maintenance interval and run you through everything that they recommend. Alright guys, first up on the regular maintenance interval, and again, this is every 1 to 2 tanks as Losi recommends, but use common sense. You know, you're driving in really dirty, dusty conditions, you're going to want to take a look at this air filter maybe every single tank. The tank will last a good half hour plus, so it's worthwhile to check it out. You know, engines don't tolerate dirt, so use common sense, keep an eye on your air filter. If it's dirty, clean it and replace it. To do that, remove the body clips, outer cover comes off. This is a 2-stage filter, so we have an outside foam element. You can see ours has quite a bit of dirt in it, a little bit of grass. These are really well oiled, and we want to make sure we keep it that way. So there's 2 ways you can do this. You can replace or you can clean them. So if you want to clean it, I'll show you how to do that. To get the inner stage off, there's a little clip on the back here. Just push it down, separate these 2 pieces. These come right off, like so. Here's the inner element. You can see that a little dirty on the outside. All the blue stuff is the oil. It's well oiled. Not too much dirt got through, but it's worth cleaning and replacing. So if you want to replace it, that's a quick and easy route, of course. All you have to do is buy a new foam filter set, pop it on there. If you want to clean it, one of the best methods I found, you just get a little bit of Dawn soap detergent, something like that, a little bit of water, get it soapy, stick the foam in there, clean it out, and work it out real good. Take your time, clean it, take it to a piece of paper towel. You're going to dry it off really well, and then you're going to let this air dry. I mean, you do not want to put this in wet. That would spell disaster. So, you know, I'm just kind of going through the motions here, but you dry that off really well. When you get them both really clean and you're happy with it, you want to make sure that you absolutely re-oil them. So this is some basic air filter oil. You can get better air filter oil maybe at automotive parts stores, at your local hobby shop. Anyone's going to carry this stuff, but it's just a matter of cleaning it really well with a little soapy water. Make sure it's dry, both elements. Re-oil it really well. The best way I found to oil it is put a bead of oil on it. You take this and you squeeze it real tight and make sure that the oil penetrates through all the foam. And I mean, you'll know, I mean, when you handle it, it should be really, really oily. So make sure that you do that. We're going to be replacing this air filter completely, so I'm not going to go through the steps to clean it for you, but that's the gist of it. Again, if you're replacing it, you're getting a new foam elements, inner and outer. Just make sure that they're well oiled. If they're oiled when you get them, great. If not, oil them up. Okay, guys, next thing we want to do is check the fuel tank cap. We're going to pop this off, and if you look really closely on the cap, there's a small breather hole here. I'm going to try to get that in the light for you guys. You can see it right there, a little vent hole. You want to make sure that's clear. Again, there's a few different ways you can do that. You can blow compressed air through there very carefully. We don't want to put 100 psi through the thing. Just make sure it's clear. I just blow through it. If I know that it's clear, we're good. If not, spray some compressed air in there, some cleaner. Just make sure that is clear. You don't want that vent clogged, otherwise you won't have equal pressure in the tank. So pretty basic thing you can check almost any time. That can cause all sorts of tuning issues, so make sure you keep an eye on that. Now, the third thing Losi recommends is charging the receiver battery. I find it kind of laughable. Obviously, you're going to charge your battery every single tank, if not more. Keep making sure it's topped off. Now, we don't have the stock battery in here. We're actually running a regulator with LiPo. You can see the regulator in there. I don't have the LiPo in there right now. So we check that on our own time and a different schedule. If you're running the stock pack, make sure you keep an eye on that. I mean, not having brakes on a vehicle this big can be pretty harmful. So again, that's common sense. Keep an eye on your receiver battery. Something that they don't recommend, I think it might be worthwhile checking. Flip this car around. Within the fuel tank, you do have a fuel filter, and you're not going to see it here. But if you take a look into the cap, you'll see there's a little clunker with filter element. It might be worthwhile just to take a peek in there, make sure you don't have excess amount of debris, that pre-filter isn't clogged up. If it is, try to fish it out and clean it. Replace the tank if you have to. It's not a bad idea to run an inline fuel filter. I mean, we're usually refueling in pretty dirty conditions, and over time, debris is going to get in there. So again, worthwhile to take a look at that too. This is the 1 to 2 interval maintenance that you want to do on any really fifth scale gas car. Again, common sense is check everything over every time you run it, but these are things you want to keep in the back of your mind and make sure you keep up on. On the next video, we're going to take a look at the maintenance interval for every 6 tanks. Thanks for watching this video, guys. We'll see you soon.